Hi, Danny Morrison here for the Danny Morrison Expert Comments alongside Rario.com. This is match 39, the second of the Super Saturday fixtures, and it's England taking on South Africa in Sharjah. It can be a tricky surface, as we appreciate. England have qualified, so they know that, but it was all about how things played out for South Africa. A lot of permutations, and as it turned out, England win the toss. Morgan says we'll have a bowl, understandably so. Might have been a little bit of dew around and very sort of sticky at night. And geez, didn't South Africa turn up? They needed to score big, and then they needed to win by around about 60 runs. And that was the equation, around about that, 58, 59, 60. They got to 189 for 2, thanks to Rassie van der Dusen. Incredible there, 94 not out. Extraordinary there. 6 of the best, 6 sixes and 5 fours. And he put on 103 there with Aiden Markram. Aiden Markram there, he was 52 not out. And he hit 4 sixes and smoked a couple of boundaries. But they got to 189. So then there was all these other little permutations that if England, if they couldn't make 87, well, they could miss out. How bizarre is that? And I mean, done so well and looking so powerful. If they couldn't get to 87, they could have been superseded in terms of the points table. They only had to end up getting to 131, England. So that was their two markers, 87 and 131. And yeah, such a powerful side. The big sad thing was in terms of that, when you look at South Africa, they show glimpses. And when you look at Van der Dusen and that Aiden Markram partnership, most impressive, and they stood out massively. A little bit of Quinton de Kock, but really it was about those two carving it up and taking it apart. For the bowling, Mo Ali got in early, so Mo Ali got in and he got his 4 overs in early because of worrying about holding onto the ball a bit for the spinners, and he and Adel Rashid. So 1 for 27 from his 4 for Mo and Ali. As I say, got done and dusted early. Adel Rashid, 1 for 32 from his 4. So again, spin tends to be quite tricky and useful on those services. Wokes, on the other hand, he went around the track, and it was these two who got pumped. Wokes and Wood. Wood, none for 47 and 4. And old Chris Wokes, fine exponent of the ball, swinging early and a bit of mischief. But none for 43 for him was tough. And Jordan, well, he's so good at the death, isn't he? He even came for a little bit of tap from Markram and Van der Dusen, none for 36 and 4. They really did get going. Aiden Markram and Van der Dusen, as I say, 10 sixes between the pair of them, and they carved it up massively. So I think they put on about 71 in the last 5 overs. Extraordinary. So when I look at the reply for England in terms of, 87 the first target, then that 131 to be crystal clear and finish top of the group with that by getting to 131. Jason Roy, such a shame, and it was an awful moment in the match. He was just coming back for another run and batting with Jos Buttler, and he popped his calf rather badly, and he's out for the rest of the tournament, so he's not going to be able to play in the semi should England get to the final. The balance of the side and the star quality of Jason Roy will be missed, and I wonder how much that upsets England and their batting rhythm, particularly at the top there, where we know is so key. Buttler, nice of him. England chipped in and they got past their 87, and in the end, they cruised past that 131. But you just wondered how they were going, and losing a couple of key players. Buttler getting out to Nokia was key. Bavuma caught him, and that was a key moment. When I look at Shamsi, he too, with key wickets, getting Mo and Ali when Mo and Ali was set, and getting Johnny Besto early was very key from Trebrae Shamsi with his left arm mystery wrist spin. And, Mo and Ali got the 37 from 27, was looking good. Even David Milan, what did he get? He was 33 from 26. Livingston, he got 28 from 17. They were looking good and dangerous, but they got out at key times, given that South Africa was so desperate. They were really keen to try and clearly win this by 59-60. In the end, they couldn't, but they still took out a win, and it was remarkable that Rabada got a hat-trick in that final over. Guys were trying to go for it. England, Morgan was the start of that hat-trick. He got out, and Wokes, and then Chris Jordan. So picked up a hat-trick, and it was a nice way to finish because he disappeared for a little bit, Rabada. He got pumped for 3 sixes in a row at one stage, and he ended up with okay figures. He disappeared a bit, sure, but he got a hat-trick, 3 for 48. It was pretty impressive. Nokia, 1 for 34 and 4 He got Butler, and as I say, that was key, really was key, and it just allowed the strangulation from his teammates with ball in hand. And so, impressed with Dwayne Pretorius. He's been useful. 2 for 30, cutters, smart bowling wide of the crease, and all the different strategies. Have liked his input into South Africa. But sadly, they come second and they miss out. And so South Africa are out, and the Aussies take that other berth in that group. Van der Dusen named man of the match. No surprises there with that 94 not out. And South Africa get one up against England. They'll be pleased about. Beat England by 10 runs. If you liked it, tick it, subscribe, and we'll see more of you here on Rario.com.